Hi guys, this is Simeon from Swedish Homestead. Yes, it's time to continue the shed. Today I am going to insulate the pump room and close the walls. Before I continue working inside, I just wanted to reply to a few comments on my past video where I built in this door, where people were like, oh yeah, you built it in the wrong way, shouldn't the hinges be on the inside and all of that. Well, it's different in different countries. We are in Sweden, and like some people have commented on the video, here in Sweden it's required by law that doors open towards the outside. And the reason for that is if there's a fire, it just makes the escape route much easier. Plus, in this shed especially, I would lose so much floor space if the door opened towards the inside. Another comment that was made about the door was that I would need more than a 2x4 here on the side to support the door frame, and 2x4 in Sweden is much thicker than 2x4 in the United States. Ours are 45 millimeters. In the States they are 38 millimeters, so that makes a big difference. And nobody here that I've ever seen does double. It wouldn't hurt, but it's unnecessary. So this here's our pump. It will jump on and off throughout the whole process, and I hope you won't be too annoyed by it. But here you can see this is where the water comes from the well, and this is where it pushes it into the house. It has a tank down here with an air bubble in it, and the air bubble puts pressure on it constant, so that the pump doesn't always have to jump on as soon as we use the water. So this whole setup has just been temporarily through the building phase of our house. This used to be a water filter when our well was new. It takes a few years for a well to get good water quality. This is just where we took out some water for the animals. And these are like all plastic connectors. And you see that it's leaking a little bit here. So we will switch all of this out once this room is done and it's insulated, and do this the proper way here. So you remember when we built the outside walls, how we put on this black paper here? That's the wind protection. And then we put on the horizontal paneling. If you haven't seen that, check the video out. I will link it right here. And now what we're gonna do, this will be, the whole house will be like this. And only the pump room will be insulated. We only want to keep this room above freezing. There's no need for us to waste energy on the rest of the shed. And it's not going to be insulated very thick because we don't want to keep it room temperature. We just want to keep it above freezing. So we're going to put the insulation here. And then on the inside, before we put the OSB on, we're going to put this plastic here. And this will keep the moisture out of the wall. And that's very important, because otherwise you have the moisture stuck in the wall, and it condensates and it rots. So we will put this on the inside. We won't put it on the outside as well, because then you again locked in the moisture. We'll just put it on the inside, and then the wall can breathe outwards. It can release moisture from the inside and out. So this is literally translated from Swedish. It would be steam proof, so even small water droplets don't go through this. So let's put the insulation in, and then put this on, and then we'll close it up with OSB. And you can see in this corner, for example, if you put an OSB against here, we can screw it in here, but then when we put one here, we have nothing to screw in here, so we will have to add a little board in the back here. The same up here on the ceiling. We are able to screw the ceiling OSB in here and in here, but then on the other side, and we have nothing to screw in here, so again we have to add a little piece of wood right there, and we'll have to do this before we put insulation there and before we put the plastic there. It's the same principle here. We have the OSB that will go against here, but there we have nothing to screw in, so we need to put a little square piece of wood there to screw in. One thing that I would just like to share real quick. Many people think for building projects and in order to make proper cuts they need like this expensive table saw or something. Well, if you don't have much money and you have one of these, all you need really is this square and the saw. You can place it on here and drive it by the square and you make a perfectly nice cut. I'll demonstrate it for you. I really don't like this stuff. You get this itchiness everywhere, and in a future video I will share about a way how we want to build a new house. Actually my brother wants to build a new house with insulating with straw. It's amazing. I will share that in a future video. When we built our house, the walls were 6-inch, 145 millimeters, and then on the outside we insulated with another 2-inch strip, 45 millimeters. So it ended up being 8 inches of insulation at the house. All the walls are done with OSB. One thing that people don't know, maybe, I didn't know that for a while, but it was that the OSB on these buildings that you build with this kind of framing, that the OSB is what stabilizes the whole building, because you don't have any boards going in an angle, so it stiffens the whole structure. So by the OSB, since it always stretches over 2 frames, you put so many screws in that makes the whole structure stiff, so it prevents the building from actually tipping over. It's really funny and sad at the same time. In our town, close to where we live, somebody built a garage and built the whole frame and didn't put OSB on it, or any angle wood that he screwed on it to keep it stiff, and the whole garage just tipped over like this because the frame is vertical and the paneling was vertical, and all of that just nothing of that stiffened and gave structure to the building, so it just fell over. Okay, so I will just have to do the ceiling. I will do that another day. I hope you enjoyed this process that we did here today. The door will have to go in the ceiling, and then this pump room will be heated a little bit. We are planning on putting some shelves in here where we can store some food because we have a very small house and not that much room. And since this room is going to be kept slightly above freezing, it's perfect to store lots of food in there. There's a bit of work left on the outside, but I want to do this first in case it gets cold, that the pump is insulated. And we are very excited to get this whole project done. I will see you in the next video. I want to thank you for watching and for being part of our channel. We are very blessed by the support of all you guys. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.